life is not good for you, you're going to want to dump the wheelbarrow over and start over. That's just how people are. Okay.
Which is why, like what you're talking about, where, and so kind of what I try to do is I try to explore race to get to where you are, which is saying what you're saying about black folks is wrong because black folks have the same values as other people. Mm-hmm. You have to understand them in that context. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you're a black male who is unsatisfied with the political conversation, it doesn't mean you're betraying everyone else. If you say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to keep doing this Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton thing. Mm-hmm. They want some disruption. And I'm all for that. Now, I'm not going to support Donald Trump, but I'm also not going to support Joe Biden. Mm-hmm. But what you said is very important. If you're satisfied, then status quo is cool. Mm-hmm. Older black folks who are middle class have been doing well. People go, oh, what's the Democratic Party done for you? Well, one thing the Republicans do is really badly is they pretend like every black person in the inner city is poor. Yeah. Most black people who live in St. Louis are not poor. They're middle class, or at least working class. Mm-hmm. But, most of the black population is not. Only 22% of black folks are in poverty level. 78% of black people are not poor. And honestly, even if you are poor in America, you're richer than someone in Nigeria. You're richer actually than most of the Chinese middle class.
Yeah, and that's what people don't get. And I just want to pull my hair out mm-hmm. when people talk about how this country sucks and it's mm-hmm. awful, it's terrible. I make a statement. I make several statements, and I make them all the time. And people, they look at me like I have two heads. I say, well, do you know how many starving people we have in this country? I said, 0. And they say, hey, here comes a call in here. Let's see.
Call from
Kevin.
To accept.
Hang tight, Kevin. We'll get you right on.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is I'll say something. There's no starving people in this country. Well, there's hungry people. I said, okay, there are hungry people, mm-hmm. but they're not starving. And, well, they don't have enough money to buy food. Well, then they can go to a food pantry. Mm-hmm. Well, there's 18,000 excuses, but we have it so mm-hmm. good in this country.
But neither party wants to say that because the political class sells distress and dissatisfaction. Mm-hmm. Oh,
That's
they
exactly
screwed
right.
up.
That's
Everything's
exactly
terrible
right.
because of that party's in the White House.
Uh-huh.
And they both do it. And the fact is, it's even during the recession in 2000, the Republicans like, this is misery. We're all, duh. And then Trump won. Oh my God, 2020 is so bad. Shut up. 2017 was so bad. Why? Yeah. Because some guy you don't like is in the White House? Mm-hmm. Well, he's racist and he's a rapist. Has he attacked you? Has he killed any black people lately? You're making stuff. Yeah. You're making villains.
Because they're not from your tribe.
That's it.
That's the way they are. Let's see what Kevin has to say. Kevin, you're on the James Strong Show. How are you, sir?
It's so good to talk to you, my friend. I didn't want to call in and talk about politics. Politics starts wars, and religion starts wars, and that's something I don't I don't want to talk about it.
That's true.
I wanted to thank you for your dedication and all your guests. We've had a few glitches tonight. I just got off the phone with Jerome. He lost the connection also.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That wasn't him. That was me. We lost the internet in the house. We've had intermittent internet interruptions starting about 5 days ago, and we had another one, so I had to restart the whole thing. And James, God bless his heart, kept on talking while I was doing it all. But we're back on now.
You're definitely worldwide because Jerome, is in Little Rock, and he called me wanting to know if I'd lost. I said, yeah, I can't see, but I don't know what's going on.
Well, it's back on now, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because that was something unforeseen. I lost the internet in the house, and now I've got the server. It's right behind James, just ticking away, and it stopped. So there you go.
Oh, that's what happens in this world of technology. But
What?
again, I wanted to thank you for your friendship and your kindness and the dedication that you show, and your guests and everything. I don't want to overlook them, but every Saturday morning, my wife and I, we look forward to these podcasts. We eat breakfast on Saturday morning and listen to your show.
Well, you were disappointed this Saturday morning because I didn't do one. I was we had our fifth, let me count, fifth grandchild, and the trophy wife and I were babysitting 3 of the other ones this weekend, so I couldn't do a podcast in between doing that. But here we are here on a
No.
Wednesday night.
You were a busy man with that going on.
Yes, I
was. But you have meant so much to us.
Well, thank you, Kevin.
It's true, and I hang on majority of your podcasts. Now, I'd be lying if I said that I was interested in all of them. You can't.
That's okay.
That's just not real. That's just not reality, you know. But the 99.9% of them, we listen, whether we agree or disagree. We really enjoy them, and of course, Jerome does too. I turned him on to your podcast, and the one where you interviewed the guy at the campground, that was fantastic. Talking about the valley. That was great, and of course, Jerome, we go back many, many decades, Jerome and I do, working on the railroad. But that's all I can say. I don't want to talk politics and religion, but I wanted to thank you and let you know that we are out here listening, and tonight we're watching.
Very good. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and if this works out as well as I hope it will, then we'll do it again.
Yeah, it's great, and I hope more people will eventually participate. There's nothing to be shy about. I mean, just call and say what you think, or just call and say hi and how much they appreciate you and your show.
There you go. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it. Stay safe out there, man.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Take care, my friend.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And there goes Kevin. Yeah, I mean, people are going to think what they want to think.
Right.
They just are. They just are. And I don't know that there's a way around that.
Oh, no. I think, though, I honestly think there's going to be some good coming out of the fact that Trump was president for 4 years, regardless of how anyone thinks about Trump one way or the other. But he has destabilized the conversation. I don't know that we'd be talking about, the fact that black men maybe not be as committed to the Democratic Party as possible. I don't think we'd be talking about some of the things in terms of economics and nationalism. And, he's in a weird way spurned some pretty interesting intellectual conversations that are 3-dimensional. He's taken the conservatives out of their game. Mm-hmm. He's taken the liberals out of their game. Mm-hmm. And honestly, what I thank Donald Trump for is he showed me how many people around me really, really hated black people who said they were liberal and socialists. Yeah. And I think that for conservatives, I heard a lot of conservatives going, man, a lot of my friends, they weren't really conservative. They were something else. Yeah. They could care less about the deficit. Yeah. They could care less about social conservative values. So even in the bad stuff that he's doing, in the rush to deal with him, people are like, I really don't believe in this crap that I've been talking about for 20 years. I'm telling you now, I got to show you now, Mm-hmm. And it's like, I guess I can thank him for it. But like you talk about, things are so bad. The violent crime rate per 100,000 is literally half of what it was in 1993. Yeah. Literally half. We never talk about that.
Fake news.
If you listen to the Trump folks, the cities are burning. Mm. And if you listen to the anti-MAGA people, the white supremacists are prowling the streets looking for gay people and black people to kill. Neither is the case.
Well, I will make a point here, and you can relate to this because it's your neck of the woods. It's near your neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Okay, this last weekend, my son and daughter-in-law had their 4th child, and the trophy wife and I were
call from
Matt.
To accept, press.
Hang tight, Matt. But anyway, we were down in Compton Heights. That's where they live. So not too far from you. I took a walk, and I walked from Compton Heights down Grand all the way to where the restaurants are. All the international restaurants. They're on South Grand, okay?
Yeah.
And there's still windows knocked out, and things are boarded up. And I thought, this isn't good. I don't like this at all. And if you think to yourself, there were some problems there, and that's unacceptable. But I tell you what, if you walk down that stretch of South Grand 25 years ago, were there any businesses at all?
There were a few, not those.
But not like now. Not like now. No. That's what I mean. I mean, if
Cherokee's the same way. It was no.
On a scale of 1 to 10, let's say a year ago it was a 10, and now it's an 8. 25 years ago it was a 3.
Yeah, it was known for being unsafe down there.
Yeah, I think, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but I think that's what you're getting at. Okay, sure, things aren't good. They could be better, but they are better than they used to be.
Well, good is relative.
That's exactly right. Good
so,
is
I mean, it depends. It's better than it was in 1959.
Yeah.
It's better than it was in 1893. Yeah. And so, yeah, it's relative, but violent crime statistically is half.
Yeah. You're right about good being relative. Harrison Bader's a good outfielder, but compare him to Randy or Rosarena, okay?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the way everything goes.
Yes.
And so, people, but you get more control over people if you scare the hell out of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You're on the James Strong Show with the Greyfalcon. Hi, Matt.
Hello, gentlemen. This is Matt, a.k.a. Max Countrywood.
Max Countrywood.
Calling from South Carolina.
Outstanding. What would you like to say tonight?
Well, I've been listening to the show for a little bit, and I just want to let you know I'm one of the undecided voters. I never thought I would be undecided this close to an election. And really my decision is, am I going to vote Libertarian or not vote at all?
That's awesome.
Well, this year you don't have the choice. I mean, last election you at least had the marathon running dope smoker you could vote for.
You got JoJo,
right?
Yeah, but does she run marathons? Does she?
No, she doesn't run marathons.
Does she smoke?
She plays hockey though.
Okay,
she plays hockey. Yeah,
okay.
She drinks whiskey and plays hockey.
She seems like she'd be fun to hang out with.
Yeah, she's pretty. She's I tell you what, if she was running as a Republican, she would be very popular.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah,
she's got some wild ideas that are way out of the mainstream.
She does.
And really, the Libertarian Party as a whole is kind of at war with itself.
Yep,
it is
very much so.
Even more so now than usual.
Yes.
Well, no, Matt, consider this, and here's been my, and I'll probably vote Libertarian this time. I did last time, but here's the thing about the Libertarian Party: just what they stand for. We don't like organization. Okay, they're an organization that's against organizations. So,
but I mean, do they say that's the anarchists? Libertarians don't say they're against organization. But they say they're against expanded government.
Well,
so that's so they're running for government office.
They're more laissez-faire, okay?
Yeah.
And you can't be laissez-faire and then have a organization that has a set of rules, because just by definition, you're almost not laissez-faire anymore.
I don't necessarily see the Libertarian Party as saying that they don't have rules. I see the Libertarian.
Well, they're very organized.
Yeah. I feel like libertarianism has a lot of rules on what you have to be a libertarian. But I think you are onto something, but they're still running for government office.
Yeah.
So that becomes like, we need to get rid of the government, but I want to be in the government. That creates certain tension.
It does. And that's my problem with it, but it's minor. It's semantics kind of.
I've seen the Libertarian Party getting more anarchist than libertarian.
I'm seeing that too.
Which there's a fine line. I think. But like you said, if the libertarians want to change the government from within, anarchists want to change it from the outside. Or something new I've been learning about is agorism, where you're kind of like 1 foot in society and 1 foot out, operating in a gray area
Right.
type of